It is go time for Monster Monday. Sit back and get ready to enjoy a live show. Comment any questions, see what's up in our world of epic, and hear what we have in store. Welcome to Monster Monday. Hey, welcome to Monster Monday. It is, what day is today? The 13th. I didn't even realize today was the 13th. I love the 13th. I shot an elk I have on the wall on this very day back in 2004, maybe 2003, somewhere there. But I remember it was on the 13th. I thought that was pretty cool. It's my favorite number. It was the first big elk I ever shot. So happy Monday the 13th to everybody who loves the 13th like I do. So it is the 13th. I wish I'd known I would have enjoyed my day more, but I was busy today, and it was really funny because I forgot my phone. I had to go to the airport. We had some people visiting, and I had to go to the airport and bring them back. And I forgot my phone and my watch. So I was like, can one of you guys text my wife and tell her that I'll see her when I get home? So that was all good. But I don't know, been a busy weekend. But before I get to that, how was your weekend?
It was good. Kind of uneventful, but
uneventful. Sometimes uneventful weekends are really good, and sometimes that just sucks. So was it a good uneventful or kind of sucky uneventful?
It was good. We went fall marking on, I think it was Saturday, and got pumpkins. We can carve them in a couple weeks, and
yeah, that's awesome. I can't believe it's almost Halloween. Like, what do we got here? 2 weeks, 3 weeks from Halloween, and I'm just, I can't wrap my head around that. It had been 85 degrees here, so it doesn't feel like fall. Now it feels like fall. It's like cold and
cold here too.
Rainy and shitty, and just all things that fall, remind me of. That's what it's like here. Leaves are falling over the place, but I haven't even closed our pool yet. So in my mind, it's still summertime. So I think that's going to happen next week. But anyhow, this weekend I went down to Florida for the old man Pat's celebration down there. So that was pretty cool. I decided to fly because I have to be back here, and I don't want to race down there, race back here for a half a day, and then go to Texas. So I flew down on Friday and hung out with my parents. Brought my dad to the party on Saturday, so he got to see what that was all about. That was kind of fun. And then I flew home. Both my flights were like at 6 a.m, so that part sucked. I had to take off. Hi, Renee. I just saw your text too. So we'll get that, but it's not going to happen until after the Gavin's ride. So it'll be at least then. So before we get it figured out. She was wondering about the gnome's monster number. So for doing his ride, I was like, yeah, he's definitely got one, but we got to put that together. So
the gremlin, or
gremlin.
Gremlin. Yeah.
So the gremlin's got a monster number. So we got to piece that together. I just haven't had any time to get that put together. So that's gonna take place after the ride. So that was all good. But anyhow, back to Pat's. Went down to Pat's party to celebrate his 145,000, 46,000, whatever it ended up in the 145 days. And it was a great party. The only thing I thought they should have did different is to have somebody be in charge of it other than Pat. Because Pat was the one with the microphone. Pat was the one thanking people. Pat was the one doing everything. But Pat's too humble. He won't talk himself up like he actually deserved. So, it was a little more laid back than I would have done it for him. I did say a couple things to him, that everybody was proud of him and, thought it was pretty amazing. But, and he said to himself, I don't want to be arrogant or anything, but I am pretty proud too. And I told him, I said, you should be proud. You did something that no human being on the planet has done. And when people sit back and think about that, all the people that ride motorcycles around the world, not just here in the States or anything, but around the world, nobody has done that. And I think that's just awesome. That's why I wanted to make sure I was there. I wanted to shake his hand. I wanted to be a part of it, raise some, help raise some money. I did get a really cool tie, and I'm gonna have to get that. While you're doing hero news, I'll grab the tie because he had 6 ties that they were raising money with, and I bought one, but I don't know where it is. But I'll get it while you're doing the hero news. Anyhow, that was a great time. So that's what I had in my continuing eventful weekends. Like every weekend, there's something going on. And it's just crazy. In Minnesota for the wedding. When I missed the show last week because I was riding back, I was in Minnesota for John and Dell's wedding. We did a rally, which I won. My first rally win. There's my trophy. I thought this trophy's pretty cool though. So it's their wedding rally trophy. So that was my big trophy for my first ever rally win. So I'm a champion. I might not ever do another rally because I want to, kind of retire from ralies on top. So anyhow, I'm only kidding. I'll do another one. But that was a lot of fun. But that wedding was a great time. We had a blast. Jack Riot was out Saturday night. I was on a dance floor. I told everybody if I'm on a dance floor and my wife is not with me, she's my crutch. So if I'm uncomfortable, anything, I can lean on her. But if I'm ever on a dance floor without my wife, then I'm clearly ready to be cut off and go home and tuck him into bed and call it a day. So I haven't drank any Jack Daniels in, I don't know, a good minute. So did that, and Iceman tried to kill me by buying me extras, and I didn't get very far on Sunday home. I made it all the way from Brainerd to water. So that was kind of fun, but that's how it works. And I did stop and see Don in the hospital. And then this week, Don got out of the hospital, and he has a friend that has a plane. He brought his plane up to Brainerd, picked him up, and flew him home. So I thought that was pretty cool. And say, when you're kind of beat up and fresh out of the hospital, you just want to get home. Fastest way to get home is flying home. So that was really cool. And then he could bring his biker stuff home and all of that good stuff. So that was really cool. And they were very appreciative of the Monsters picking up the tab for the hotel for his wife stayed in it's the Wayne Gretzky house. It's kind of like a Ronald McDonald house where they charge you next to nothing a night, but next to nothing added up over 14 days or however many days it was, and then it's a lot for them to take care of. So they're very happy that the Monsters picked up the tab on their hotel. And I felt really bad for him come up to our bash and then have that happen and be in the hospital for over 2 weeks and miss the bash. And now he's up in a part of the country that, you're not used to and you're far from home. That's just a little tough. So Don, I'm glad you're home. I'm super excited you got out of the hospital, and congratulations on that. And I'm going to stop and see you in Mississippi on my way home from Texas so I can give him a hug at home. I told him I don't plan to see him in the hospital again. I'll see him at home. And he said, yeah, let's do that. And then he got out just a couple days later. So that was pretty awesome. So the only other news I got is the weekend. We got the Talking to Jesus tour. So that's what we got. You going to come down for that?
I wish I could.
I wish you could too. I think you should just call in sick, do whatever. Come on down. You could ride in the back with me. Just fly down and ride down the back or do whatever. It'll be good. So, but that's going to be good. Anybody interested in that? We'll be at the Best Western in Schertz, Texas, starting on Friday. Every morning we plan to leave. We have a guideline of times and we have a guideline of directions, things like that. But it's just a guideline. So if anybody plans to meet us there in the morning and they saw the flyer time, say 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, whatever it says, those were guesstimates that I did when we made the flyer. So if you're planning to meet us, by all means, reach out and make sure you know the plan. Make sure you understand that. Oh, you got something going on Saturday. Make sure you understand that, those are just, there were just guidelines, and my life is filled with a bunch of guidelines that get bent, turned around, whatever. But we are going to churches Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Monday night, we'll be having a little party to end this thing. Stay in the hotel. I'm leaving Tuesday morning to head home. So we'll be there at the hotel Thursday night through Monday night. It's going to be a great time. And yeah, let let somebody know if you plan to be at the goat's house on Thursday night. They're going to have a little barbecue, a little kickoff barbecue. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm going to be there. So I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be there. That's my plan. So as long as I get out of here tomorrow at a normal time, because I was thinking I could leave on Wednesday morning, and ride 2 days. But then I realized to get to that barbecue, I got to leave, get a few hours in on Tuesday. Otherwise, I'm going to get there late and miss everything. So that's that. So that's all I got. Been busy getting this together. We got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of things coming up with the boys. Some are great news crew is going to talk about. Other things we're going to talk about next week or at some point. We got some news, but we just got to finalize the details before we put it out there. But really cool stuff coming with the boys. So, Turbo and Gavin going to football, and there's just fun stuff that's coming where they really are living their best life, and it's pretty exciting. So what you got for the boys?
Okay.
And while you start on that, I'm going to go and get that tie because it's really cool.
Find your tie. Okay.
Yeah, stare at my wall for a second. A better idea.
Okay, I'll start with Turbo. Turbo had a rough Thursday and Friday this last week. The nurse came and he was stuck like 9 times. Doctor ordered X-ray CT if his port flipped. So if so, he would need surgery like ASAP. He can't go more than 10 days without his infusion, so they were really scared about that and then making it to Buffalo as well. He was pretty upset because of all the nurses, what they were doing and sticking him and then missing his trip with the goat. But today he got a picture from Dee, and it was of Don in his big comfy chair with some of the stuff that Turbo had sent him, and that kind of made Turbo's day. The Hero Hauler van is in the shop until tomorrow, so they are kind of stuck at home with Turbo, and they want to say a big thank you to the Monsters for taking care of the van so they can get back out on the road. Last night they watched the Chiefs game and together as a family, so they thought that was pretty awesome. And it was a great way to end a wonderful weekend. This evening, though, I'm waiting for another update, but we found out that Turbo may have to go to the hospital to get checked out. He may have an infection in his port due to the nurses not cleaning up after each pick. And they tried to use the same needle instead of a sterile one each time, so she kind of majorly messed up. I thought you were going to say something.
I just heard I heard you talking about Turbo as I was looking for my tie. And that is just scary stuff when you have to have those infusions and then that port's not working. Like the stress of having all that done is stressful enough, let alone now it's not working. So I wish him the best, and I hope they get that shit figured out. And it angers me a touch when they keep trying and can't get it, now they get infections and add, insult to injury, so to speak. No thanks. I feel bad for him. So good luck, Turbo.
I know she wasn't a very happy mama. I know that. I know she said that she cleaned up after the nurse and there was only 3 needles and he was poked 5 times. So clearly they didn't use a needle each time, which can cause infection. So I don't know where they're at with it, but she had to wait for Tam to get home in case they couldn't get a nurse to come to the house to take care of him. They'd have to haul him in. So prayers for that. Sorry, my language.
Yeah, there's always so much, that they have to deal with. It's like, damn. That's why they're so tough. It's like
they have to be.
Yeah, it's like you got to be tough to deal with that. So Turbo, man, you're a superstar. I dig how tough you are. It's pretty badass. I pray for him to be tough, because you got to be. Otherwise, it's just awful. So I hope it all pans out. As everybody does.
Alfie, they picked up his meds. I think it was yesterday on the 10th, and they started him today. So prayers to Alfie that everything goes smooth.
I sure hope so. I'm praying. I got my fingers
And
crossed. You name it. Like when you have to wait so long for something, it's just all you want is to have it work, and that's it. You know, it's like seems so simple, just work. So I hope it does, and I think it will. I think I feel pretty good. I got a good feeling that it's going to work, and he's going to have some good effects from it.
Yeah, me too. So then Jackson, he had a pretty low-key week. He had a great week at daycare, and he ended up with 4 stars. And was only in trouble one day. Thursday, they went to an event at school called the Picnic in the Playground. And I know they said he wasn't feeling well, so they said he had a double ear infection. That stinks.
Yeah, because one's not enough. You know, you gotta, you know, like one's not going to make a kid crabby enough. We gotta add, you know, make sure we double it up.
Exactly. They went to the picnic at the playground at school, and there was food trucks, music, and glow sticks. What could be better?
Sounds like a party, not a picnic.
Guess so, yeah. Mom said he had so much fun. Saturday was Aubrey's final cheer game, and today they didn't have school due to Columbus Day, so that was a bonus. They're still waiting on the medication to come in, but overall his behavior has been better. So good job, little buddy.
Yeah, nothing worse than having chemical imbalance to make you crabby on top of being crabby from all the shit you got to deal with.
Yeah, and double ear infection and
everything else.
Okay, Mr. Brody, he had his cardiac MRI. They're still waiting on the results. He did want to thank everyone who kept him in his thoughts and prayers during the MRI. He's thanking everybody for that.
You look like a champ too. He pulled that out.
No big deal.
Yeah.
It is a big deal, but I mean,
he's like, I got this. No big deal.
They're starting to get busier with more appointments in the next few months. On to Mr. Gavin. The past week, he went for his DEXA and scoliosis scan. Mom was proud when they told him he had to stand for at least one of the spine scans. And he said, I can do that. And he stood for about 6 minutes while they got him adjusted and lined up for the scan. He said he could have done longer, but he was standing on something bumpy and it was hurting his feet. So, but yeah.
That's a good job though. Stand there for 6 minutes. That's pretty good.
That is awesome. And he's coming off a 4-day weekend, but today will be filled with, of course, follow-up eye appointments and therapy. And next week's Goats Talking to Jesus tour. He's ready for the monsters to start showing up. He's pretty excited for that. Of course, he's counting the days for flying to Buffalo to see the Bills.
Kid's got a lot going on, man. The kid's got more stuff going on. Like your news thing is a circle of cool stuff that I was just talking about with my friends that were here. My sister-in-law was here, and Amy's best friend, and another friend of ours. So we were talking about the kids, and we were saying that very thing. You know, it's like Gavin does more cool shit than any kid his age is going to do, and more cool shit than most adults ever dream of doing. So I'd say he's doing something right.
I would guess so. As far as appointments, he's pretty well done now until the first of the year. Mom said, so now they can have a little breathing room. So she says, we'll see. And toll bill should go down a little bit. I want to mention that Crazy Ladies are on day 286.
286?
Yes.
Man, that's crazy how fast that's going along, and how, you know, before you know it, they're going to be down to the last 30 days. So we have to plan their last, we'll get on that. We got to plan the end of their ride and kicking off next year's ride. But we'll save that for another show.
Exactly. That's a great idea. Honor Week started yesterday. So if you rode yesterday and today, you're doing well. Keep going.
I should have rode yesterday. I just didn't have my mind right. I got home in time, and I could have rode. I rode today because I had to bring my bike in for some service, And then I'm going to ride all week because of the tour. And I just totally blew off yesterday. I don't think I was on a motorcycle yesterday. I had to double check that, but I don't think I rode yesterday. Thought about it.
It rained here. It's cold. It's crappy.
Yeah, we have a storm here, but they were talking about it being a rainy all day yesterday and all day today. It was like half-ass yesterday, and it was windy. You know, they're getting pounded on the shore and flooding, but that was it. Just windy here. We got some rain, but nothing major.
One other thing I got to bring up is Honor brought up to me the trip. There's a walk coming up, the Take a Walk with Trip. And she's got a couple different challenges out. There's a 7-mile walk. It's called the mini walk. You have to do an M. And there's the mega walk, and you have to do an M. You can't combine the two together. 2 different walks. You have to track your walk. And then, and this is, the dates start this Saturday, October 18th to November 30th. And she wants you to get out and walk. That's especially for anybody who's in the colder states or who doesn't have a motorcycle. Anybody can do it, but
it's nice. It's nice for that. It's a great idea, and it's a nice thing for somebody to do to help the boys out, get a certificate, which all the money is going right to Elfie's travel expenses. So, and Jacoby's coming over here, but that's where the money's going. Brandy's does all these digital certificates, and Wrong Way puts a story together, and they do a great job with it. They do a great job, and walking an M is pretty cool. Like, you got to map it out a little bit. You got to map it out and try to make it look like an M, but everybody's got something in their town. You know, they might have to look at a map and, you know, might have to drive somewhere to do it. I'm definitely going to probably do the mini M unless I can do the shape of an M while I'm on a hunting trip in November. So, you know, then I might walk 13 miles in the shape of an M, but it'll be because I'm going from stand A to the cabin to stand B and back, and I might end up 13 miles, but I don't see myself walking 13 miles in one on-purpose trip that doesn't have anything to do with hunting. So otherwise, 7 miles, though, I could walk that far, but that's not even any joke. I think she should have had a 3.5 mile, like a 5K, a 5K, a 10K, and a 20K. So yeah, that's pretty good. Seven. That's what it was for the mini, right? Was it 7 miles? Yeah, that's a good trip. 7 miles. Like, you're taking a trip with Trip. She's always extreme and super epic. That's why I love her, because you look at her and she's like 5 foot nothing. She's like, you know, your height. She's like your size, except she's just so badass that she doesn't. You guys don't look it. You know, it's like you don't look it, and like she's like, oh, quiet little thing, and you know, then she's talking about walking 7 miles or 13 miles or whatever, and like, oh, that would be great. Yeah, Renee, that seems like it would be easy.
Yeah,
no problem. No problem. You are the morons that walked 50 miles in the snow. So walking 13, I think you should just do like M and just pile it up. 50 miles worth of M's and just as many M's as you can make in 50 miles. I think that would be pretty awesome. So go ahead, Craig. You got this.
Eddie had a good idea. She wanted to do it on her treadmill and move it around. That's what when it starts to get crappy out, I don't want to walk outside. That's what I'd have to do it on a treadmill, but you can't make an M on a treadmill.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't really mind a treadmill because I have a TV in front of it. But man, take the TV away. And I'm like, if I take the TV away from a treadmill and I go on a treadmill, it's like 3 minutes into a treadmill and I feel like I've been out there for an hour and a half. I'm like, oh my God, does this suck? And I'm like, how much longer I got left? I look, I'm like, oh my, 3 minutes. How can that be possible? So, but other than that, with the TV there, and I don't mind it. You know, if you're busy, you can just walk and run and do things. But I don't know. I'll see what happens. I don't see myself getting on a treadmill either. But I need to start exercising hardcore because I got to lose some weight. I see my face even looking a little fat again. So I don't want to be like Fat Riot coming back for a rebound. So I got to cut that down. Let's see. At least do I have a double chin yet? That'll really be the drawback. I'll be like, yeah, we got double chin, fat face. Yep, time to get the 75 hard again. Maybe that's what we should do is have a monster 75 hard this winter and see how many people we can get signed up.
No drinking. No, I can't do that at all.
And you can do this. I got to warn you though, if you go 75 days without drinking, you might not drink again. So that's what happened to me when I did it.
A lot.
Yeah, I thought that's what I would be like. I thought, when I'm done with this, man, we're gonna go have a party. And I got done. I was just like, kind of like didn't feel the same, didn't taste the same. I've never really, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I haven't really drank since then. That's been 3 years. So definitely a change. Like I didn't quit drinking. I just don't drink. So I guess that would be the best way to put it. So I think you should do this. You got this. They have mocktails. Yeah, there you go. You can get fake things, and we'll just tell you it's full of vodka.
Yeah, there you go.
I know what you're thinking right now. Don't be a.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll stop right there. All right, that's all I got. You got anything exciting for me? Anything?
I don't have
anything else I missed.
I don't think so. You talked about Don. I think we're good. We got more to come in next week.
Yes, for sure. So we'll get that dialed in. You do not want to miss next week. That'd be good. So next week we're gonna have a really special announcement. It's gonna be really cool. So stay tuned for that. I'd like to do it today, but it's just not gonna work. So we'll be going good. So I'm looking forward to it. But I'm really looking forward to the ride. I can't wait to get to Texas. I can't wait to see Gavin. I don't know when the last time I was there. But I looked on my map. Every year I have a map of everywhere I've ridden for the year. And I don't have his house on the map. So evidently I haven't ridden my motorcycle there this year at all. So I thought that was kind of crazy. I was like, I haven't been to Texas, at least to Gavin's house all year on a bike. I thought that was pretty crazy. So I definitely have to ride there now. So I guess. So I'm looking forward to that. So anybody that's going to meet us there, the Best Western in Schertz, Texas, the Atrium, it's right off of 35. It's super easy to get to. There is a swimming pool. If you're coming, bring your bathing suit. And if you plan to stay there, try to get a poolside room. And the reason I say that is because if we get all the poolside rooms, it just narrows down the people that are going to call and complain about us being loud at the end of the day, because the monsters tend to get a little bit loud when we're all together and get scolded. So I would expect that we won't have a hotel room after Saturday night if that's the case. So anyhow, stay tuned. There'll be lots of videos, lots of pictures, lots of stories, lots of laughs, good times, some good stuff with the Jesus tour. We're going to have all kinds of fun things happening. So I'm really, really excited for this. I'm excited for Gavin to go to these churches. I'm excited that he wants to walk with God and talk to Jesus. So I think that's pretty cool. So I'm really proud to be part of the crew that's taking him out there and doing that, because I think that's important for kids. And I think it's important for everybody. And everybody kind of finds their path, their way. And I'm happy that Gavin is finding his way and wants to learn more about it. So I think that's cool. I mean, I think that's very adulty of him. So sometimes we need a little nudge from kids who seem to know so much about life better than we'll ever dream of. We just need a little nudge to do things like this. So I think it's pretty cool. So stay tuned, watch that. If you can't make it down there, we're going to try to make it so you feel like you were with on that ride. So we'll try to get some pictures and we're going to get some video of each stop. And we're going from really small churches all the way up to really big churches, and cool architectural churches to cool inside, to the scenery, to the location, to the pastors. So it's going to be really cool. So what is there, an echo? Is that what Twister's saying? It's the echo.
Echo. I don't know what she's talking about. The noise, because we're loud.
Oh, okay, good. I thought maybe there was an echo with my microphone or something. I was like, oh,
I don't hear it, but
maybe I'm echoing. I don't know.
no, I think
But,
it's because Iceman
yeah.
said that we were loud. And
Yeah. Well, we get a little loud from time to time, but that's okay. I can take that. It'll be much quieter without Jackson yelling. Yeah, well, I brought duct tape just in case he was going to be there, but I guess we're good. So, and I don't have the tie. I don't know what I did with it. So I don't have the tie, but I do have something that is really cool. I haven't shown anything because I've been so busy since my birthday, which was at the bash, that haven't been home a single weekend since, and it's just been craziness. But I did want to show one thing. I got this really cool book, Unfollow Your Dreams, Disappointing Affirmations, and I got this from TLC, and she gave me a little note here that's super nice. Super nice. But this is one of my favorite birthday presents I've ever got. I got to show you this because it's just really funny. And like this one says, "You're doing the best that you can." And at the bottom it says, "Which is pretty sad." I think this is so funny, man. I've been just scrolled through it and I was laughing, and no one is coming to save you. You're an adult. But there's just it like I just randomly opened one. I will not lose control of my emotions. I lost that shit a long time ago. So there are all kinds of funny things. So TLC, if you happen to be watching this, thank you so much for the book because it's actually really, really funny and it's so true. You know, just to look at them and it says, try something today that scares you, like maybe doing the dishes, the laundry, or returning a phone call. And I was like, some of them hit home so hard. I was like, did she like custom make this or did she find this? Like the first like 5 I read, I thought like she wrote these just for me. And I'm like, man, did she like go through and write a whole book of the things that I do that are so stupid? And I'm like, no, it looks like she bought this somewhere. There must be a lot of people that are all messed up. So I think it's really funny. So anyhow, if you want to get something funny for somebody, try this because it is really funny and it's hilarious. Like every part of this book is just funny. So if you don't have a sense of humor, one, you don't want to hang around with me because I'll make you cry, and two, you're not going to like this book. So don't get it if you don't have a sense of humor. And I don't know where my tie is, my big thing. But that's how my brain is. I want to keep the tie safe. So I'll put it somewhere where it's safe. Somewhere where I won't see it again for about 11 years, but it'll be safe in that spot until I find it. So that's it. And you didn't have to return your phone call today, Iceman. You just answered it when I called. So that's good. Otherwise, I wouldn't expect the return phone call. So it's all good. But that's all I got. It's 8:30. That's pretty record time for me. Gavin, go to bed. You got a busy week coming up.
No.
Anything else?
I want to wish Dylan. I want to tell everybody to wish Dylan happy birthday on Friday.
On Friday, Dylan's birthday is? What's the date on Friday? The 17th?
17.
The 17th. How old are you going to be, Dylan? 51? You look like 51-year-old. I just pulled that out of my hat. I had no idea.
That was pretty good.
It was pretty good because I remember last year I was trying to get you to ditch him to come to our Halloween haunted hayride, and you didn't want to do it because it was Dylan's 50th birthday. I can't leave him on his 50th birthday. I love him so much, and so now I'm like, no, he's 51. So now you can just like now you'd be ditching him. You're going out with Renee all weekend. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing pictures of your garage. Tell them to wrap that thing up so we can get a tour of the showroom. That'll be good. I stopped and I saw it, and it looks great. So, I mean, I can't wait to see it. I don't want to throw anything out there that people figure out, but I can't wait. You did an awesome job designing it. The roof design on that thing is so badass. And it looks so cool when you're actually there. So I hope your pictures do it justice. So no pressure, Dylan. But if you don't, I'm going to say flat out, that's not what it looks like. It's way better in person. So get your angles right and get your drone up there in the right place and get this dialed in perfect. All right, a lot of pressure. Otherwise, if you don't do it right, I'm just going to do this when you're talking. Dylan will be like, my garage is done. This is just what it looks like. So that's all right. So, well, Dylan, have a great birthday. I hope you have a great weekend that involves you driving Misty around while she's drinking and having a good time.
That's kind of the plan. Yeah.
What a great way to celebrate your birthday. Awesome. All right. Well, you kids have fun. Everybody in Texas, I'll see you shortly. So everybody else, peace out.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good week.